like to talk to you about Skype in the classroom. And the reason I wanted to bring this before you is because technology has thrived and played a major role in globalization thanks to the World Wide Web. Advancements in technology have connected many people around the globe. We are able to learn about cultures, societies, environments, and politics. There are no longer limitations when it comes to understanding how people live in these capacities. The internet offers students the ability to learn firsthand about cultural practices and how people live. And as you can see here, we got Cinco de Mayo and then an African village. So the students can see firsthand how these cultures exist and the things that they do. In his book, The World is Flat, Thomas Friedman made the statement that we have leveled the playing field because of the advances in technology and how it has connected the globe. 100 years ago, we might not have known somebody that lived in Africa. We might not have known how to communicate with them. 100 years ago, we might not have known someone in another country that we could have just connected with. And today we have that. He describes how technology has made nations interconnected and dependent on one another for goods and services. And this is evident in our everyday lives with the food that we eat because it's imported and the clothes that we wear. I mean, everything that we have, this is made in China, made in Sri Lanka, made in Mexico. Research done by Schwellick and Frederica said that the way students learn has changed because of technology. If you look here on the left, this is a classroom from 1947. What do you notice about that classroom?
There's a teacher from
Okay.
supervising.
Very teacher-directed, students are all reading, teachers in front of them. And then the one on the right, what do you notice?
They're working independently, doing their research, and she's in the back facilitating.
Same setup, the desks are the same, rows, but the difference is, one is teacher-led, the other is student-led. So technology has changed the way that students view the classroom. And the traditional ways of teaching, what we used to do, are no longer valid. And our students need us as educators to keep up with the trends in technology. In order to make globalization relevant, educators need to have the tools for breaking down these barriers and need to be willing to step out of these comfort zones and become learners of the technology and leaders in the technology. Teachers need to learn the platforms for bringing the cultures to the classroom, and Skype is one of these. Students get the opportunity to interact with students from another country. What you see here is one of our students, and he's communicating with a young man on the screen who is from Mexico. And as you can see, I love the smile on this little man's face. You could just see the interaction between the two of them. And what was nice about this is American culture has Thanksgiving, Mexican culture does not. So we were able to share our traditions with Thanksgiving, the Indians, hence he's dressed as an Indian, with the students in Mexico. And the young man there and all of the other students were dressed for Cinco de Mayo, which is not an American holiday. So they were able to interact back and forth and share these traditions, share the holidays. And like I said, I just love the look on his face because he's all smiles and excitement with it. And another thing with the technology is that it covers different learning styles. With the visual learner, they see the cultural similarities and differences. With the auditory learner, they hear about the different cultures. And with the kinesthetic, they're active and they're involved, they're up, they're engaged, they're talking. So my next question is why use Skype? Why? Brad Jansen did a study on Skype. And what he came up with is it promotes creativity, critical thinking, accountability, collaboration, communication, leadership, problem solving, productivity, ethics, global awareness, innovation, and self-direction in our students. Can anybody look at those and tell me what those sound like? What do we as teachers already see with
Some
these?
of the 21st century goals.
Okay, 21st century goals. Almost every single one of those statements is covered in what we have to do, what we have to cover, and what we are looked at for doing. When we look at this, Skype also puts the responsibility of learning into the hands of the students. Rather than rely on the teacher-centered classrooms where rote memorization is the rule. And this was a study done by Harvey and Power. And if you look down here on the bottom, these are our students researching. Every bit of this was student-led. Every bit of this, they looked up their own research questions. They asked questions about, well, what do you think we should tell them about Thanksgiving? What do you think they should know about the holiday? And they researched in books, tablets, they worked together in collaborative groups, and literally, we walked around as facilitators. They did this all on their own. And as a follow-up, they created their own PowerPoint. And the PowerPoint was shown while we were Skyping with the school in Mexico. So we gave that responsibility over to them. And the students are able to develop the ability to communicate in ways that build a culture that understands the students with their own, that are their own age. The question is, though, how can we make it relevant? When we did this Skype session, we brought the culture into us. We didn't have to travel to Mexico. It was right there. The kids were engaged, the kids were involved. And the students get to see firsthand all of these things, the things that they get to celebrate. Another thing they get to do is, and this picture shows, this year, I Skyped with my brother who is currently in Korea. And he showed them things like about the culture. He told them things about the culture. He showed the currency that Korea has. He told them interesting facts. One of the funniest things that the kids found out was, because it was Christmas, Santa doesn't dress in red. Santa dresses in blue. Because in Korea, red is an unlucky color. So after that, they were like, oh, I don't believe him. So we looked it up, and Santa is in blue. The other thing we found out is the number 4 is an unlucky number, so you're not going to find it on an elevator. Just like we don't with 13. So they made that connection, and it was relevant. And then this one right here was we brought their culture into our classroom. We didn't have to go to Mexico. And as you can see here, they're waving flags, yelling, Viva la Mexico! As a follow-up with the session, just to make that connection and that bond with those kids. And after this session, we actually did another session with the same school and the same kids, and they were talking to each other, telling each other about things that they wanted to do for Christmas. And so now what I want to do is, how do we make it relevant to them? How do we show them why this is important? I can sit here and I can take a book and I can say, okay, here you go. What I would like you to do is, you have a question. I want you to find, you may have to share these books, but I want you to find the answer to your question in these books. Yep, share with Bobby. Alan and Miles. All right? Any other, or we share with each other? Okay. So what are you noticing here? Guys, you have a question. I want you to find it. What are you seeing? What are you noticing? Kind of a reluctance instead of a relevance. All right, we can hand the kids books. Every single one of these books is on Mexico. Every single one of these books can answer their questions. But what I'd like to do
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Bien.
Qué bueno. No los veo mucho, pero me da gusto verlos. It's nice to see you. Now I see you. Hey. Ms. Grimm told me you had some questions for me. Is that true?
See. So we're going to start with number 1.
Sure. What? First. I eat tacos. I like tacos a lot. I eat everything. Well, our daily food, the food that we eat daily, it's based on corn. Do you like corn tortillas? Tostadas? Tamales? Well, that's what we eat every day. Something with corn. Do you like rice? Well, we eat rice too. And meat. We love meat. Yes, that's what we eat, pretty much.
What sports do you play in Mexico?
Ooh. What is this?
Soccer.
Well, that's what we play every day in recess, you know. Kids in Mexico like to play soccer every day. Also, they play football. But soccer is our favorite sport. But also, we can play many things, like tennis. We have tennis, but the most popular one is
Soccer.
yes.
Thank you. 3.
You're welcome.
What kinds of animals live in Mexico, or as everyone calls it, wildlife?
Oh, well, we have a lot of animals in Mexico. There's a variety of animals. We have very different landforms, like desert. We have mountains. We have the ocean at one side. So pretty much our favorite animal, it must be the jaguar. Do you like jaguars? Can you make like a jaguar? Yeah, so the jaguar is our favorite animal. Even our we can say our ancient cultures, they love the jaguar. So it's considered like a fierce animal, one of the strongest in Mexico.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hola, Fiona.
What kind of places can you visit in Mexico?
Ooh, I have here some. It depends. Do you like the beach?
Yes.
Well, you can go to Cancun, which is one of our most beautiful beaches that we have. Cancun, we have Puerto Vallarta, we have Acapulco. Or if you want to go to Mexico City it was founded in a lake. Can you imagine that? Like imagine water and the people living around it. But there's just not just one lake. There were many lakes. And people used to live around the lakes. It was difficult, but they found a way to do it. So that's pretty much what it is.
6. 6.
Oh, well, as I said before, the desert might be one. We have valleys, because we have Mexico City is founded in a valley too. We have beaches, beautiful beaches. We have the forest. I'll leave it like that. I think I look better, right? Younger.
No, I would do it.
Younger. And yeah, those are landforms.
What habitats do you have in Mexico?
Oh, we have a variety of habitats. Um, you can find in a map, there's a lot of vegetation. Uh, there's a lot of pine oak forest. We have desert. We have, most of all, it's like a jungle, but that's in the south. So it's that's pretty much what you can find. Um, yeah.
What is the climate like in Mexico?
Ooh. Do you like hot weather? Well, you need to go to Mexico though. We have hot weather in the north part of Mexico. It's as hot as 100 Fahrenheit degrees. And but in the central part of Mexico, the climate is much nicer. You have the climate is just like in Hubert. Do you live in Hubert?
Yeah. Yeah.
How is the weather right now?
Cold, 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 cold.
Oh, so in Mexico City, it is kind of cold and it rains a lot. Does it rain a lot there?
Yeah. Mostly, oh, it rains mostly in summer.
In summer, okay. Yeah, that's what Mexico City has. I think it has in common that like the weather varies a lot and it rains a lot too.
Do you take naps in the middle of the day?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like to take naps. Every day I used to. Right now I can't. I have a baby girl. But I used to take naps every day, and my dad does. That's like a tradition, you know. You go to work and then come home, take a nap, and relax. So everything, it's happy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have any popular restaurants like you have in the U.S.?
Ooh, we have. Do you like chicken? See? So you need to try pollo loco. Have you ever heard about it? No, it's like crazy chicken. It is great. It is like going to KFC, something like that. It is really popular in Mexico. And we have, well, where I come from, which is Monterrey, we eat baby goat. Have you ever tried baby goat?
No!
It's delicious. Really, you put it just like you can put it in the charcoal in a grill. Then you grab a tortilla, put the baby goat in the tortilla, put a little salsa. It's nice. You need to try it. I used to play soccer on the weekends. I used to do exercise. What else? I have many friends, so I like to get together with friends, you know, grill something. I like to sing too, maybe dance, listen to music. What kind of music do you like? You don't know? Well, in Mexico, we listen to music like this. I don't know if you can hear it. Well, our traditional music is just like this one, and we dance a lot. You're welcome. Yes, his name is Enrique Peña Nieto, and he's a nice president.
What is it like to live in Mexico?
Oh, well, it is cozy, I guess. It's a word. Families are really close. Uh, we usually spend days with family, just like every day. And then you get together on Sundays, and then you play sports, or you go and eat in a restaurant, or eat tacos in the corner. Every corner, well, almost every corner, you can find a store or a stand where you can eat tacos. Do you like tacos? Well, you can do that like every day of the week. The climate is hot, so you have to take a shower every day. And when it is cold, it's cold. Houses are made of brick, and the AC or the thermostat, it's hard to have it just like every day. So houses are kind of cold in winter, kind of hot in the summer, but it is nice. People is really nice. You can make friends really easy in Mexico.
Okay, gracias, señor.
De nada.
What holidays do you celebrate in Mexico?
Ooh. We celebrate one of the most important. It's the independence of Mexico. We have a Mexico Revolution. We have Cinco de Mayo. We have Dia del Taco. We have Dia de los Muertos. Navidad. Año Nuevo. We have like a Soldier Day, which is in February, Flags Day. There are many. There are many, but the most important, I think, are cultural, just like Dia de Muertos, Christmas, and vacations. The spring break. We have a holiday around spring break always, so that's a good one too. What is your favorite holiday? A mí también me gusta. Muchos regalos. Gracias.
And then the other thing I wanted to bring into the fact that our school has the Spanish immersion program, and our students, yes, can conversate with each other, but they also have the opportunity through Skype to be able to speak to other countries using the language that they're learning. So,
Hola Mariela, ¿cómo estás? Qué bueno. ¿Dónde vives? Ah, muy bien. ¿Y cuántos años tienes? ¿Tienes hermanos?
Tengo un hermano y una hermana.
Ah, muy bien. ¿Con cuál juegas más? ¿Con quién juegas más? ¿Con tu hermana o con tu hermano? Muy bien.
Hola, mi nombre es Eva.
Hola ahí va. ¿Me vas a hacer preguntas?
¿Cómo estás?
Yo bien. ¿Y tú?
Bien.
¿Ya comiste?
No sé.
¿Qué te gustaría comer? ¿Pollo? Pero eso no es comida, eso es refrigerio. ¿Tienes hermanos, Eva? Eva.
Tengo hermana,
¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo?
Kelly,
Oh, ¿cuántos años tiene?
6.
Muy bien. Oye, ¿y en tu casa comen comida mexicana?
Sí.
¿Qué comen?
Como tacos.
Tacos. Muy bien. ¿Quesadillas también?
Not that much.
Oh, no mucho. Muy bien. Gracias.
Hola, mi nombre es Nathaniel. ¿Cómo estás tú hoy?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias.
Oye, ¿te sabes las mañanitas? ¿Te sabes el feliz cumpleaños?
Eh, eh,
¿Te sabes la canción de feliz cumpleaños? ¿Y cuál es la parte mexicana que sabes? Aunque sea... ¿Lees muchos libros? ¿Cuántos has leído? Este año.
No sabe.
Muchos. Bueno, eso es bueno. ¿Qué te gustaría hacer cuando seas grande? ¿En qué te gustaría trabajar? Muy bien. Gracias.
All right. Thank you, Senor Deverino. We appreciate it. What do you say?
De nada, chicos. Nos vemos. Tengo que tomar un avión para ir para allá. I have to take a plane to go there. I'll see you tomorrow.
Muy bien. Gracias.
Bye.
Bye. Adiós. So, we as teachers have the tools available to connect classrooms, and there just needs to be a willingness and an understanding of the importance of learning why globalization is so important in our day and age. This is our why, right here. And I want to end with this quote by Edward Fisk. And to me, it was a very powerful quote. That if we as Americans are to continue to prosper and to exercise leadership in the new global context, it is imperative that we understand the new global forces that we have both shaped and had thrust upon us. The alternative is to be at their mercy. So, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. And thank you guys. That was wonderful.